Any minute now? Any minute now? We are live. We are live. We are live. It is midweek, folks. All eyes are on the Champions League today and tomorrow. But just around the corner is match day number 10 in the Premier League. And I've got my predictions coming at you right here on YouTube. And we are live. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at match day number 10 out in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, you got to smash that subscribe button, boys and girls, and bring you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related, world football related. We're going to all hear Warowski, and also while you're there, smash the thumbs up. Get this video up there in the old YouTube algorithm. So hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. That's Liam Martin in the house. No Code Drinker. Brenda Show. Welcome. Now, before we jump into the predictions, and folks, we're going to do a bit of admin. Of course, I do it every time recently, just to refresh your memory. I've got a Patreon page out there. It is screaming out for your attention and some love. It is an avenue for you guys to support the channel in another way, besides your viewership. Obviously, your viewership is critical to this channel, but there is the alternative view. Now, there are 3 tiers of support over in Patreon, ranging from just $1 all the way through to $10, depending on how flush you are. So be sure to give that a little visit whenever you get a moment. So let's get going, folks, and take a little look now at match day number 10. But before that, we're going to go back and take a look at match day number 9 and see how well we got on last week. So here we go. Here are the predictions from last week. First and foremost, the criteria that I'm going to judge both myself and you guys. So if you get 0 to 3, you're in the shit-face gang right there. If you're in 4 to 6, you're in the straight-face club. Probably that's where I'm going to be. And 7+, you're in the top banana, boys. You're in the top banana, which is that guy right there. So let's have a look at how we got on. Hopefully got these in the right order. So Everton took on West Ham last time out. Welcome. Hello, Finn. So Everton took on West Ham last Friday. I think it was last Friday. In fact, it was the early kickoff. I was watching Huddersfield at the same time. 2-0 final score. Massive result for Everton. Massive result for Silver as well, to keep himself in the job. Actually went with a 1-0 win for the Hammers, so we got that one wrong. Bournemouth managed to get a point away at home to Norwich. 0-0 final score. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Yes, Emery out. Oh my goodness. Villa took care of business against Brighton 2-1. I think it was a bit of a late goal, actually, with a 2-0 win for Villa, so they're looking good right now. Chelsea 1-0 up. They took care of business against the Toon at Stamford Bridge. Actually went with a 3-0 win on this one, so the right fixture or the right result, but just not the right amount of goals. 2-0 Leicester 2-1, sorry, took care of business against them Freakazoids. Burnley, they took care of business, which was good. Glad to see. Actually went with a 3-0 win, so got the right amount of goals on this one, but just didn't distribute in the right way. Spurs were a little bit lucky, I think. Actually trailing very early to Watford, but ultimately holding out for a 1-1 draw. Thank you. Yeah, I'm mixing it up a bit. This is in honour of Sheffield United taking care of business against Arsenal. Bit of a Yorkshire guys, flat cap and all that kind of business. So 1-1 final score. I actually went with Tottenham on this one. I went with a 2-1 win on this one. Wolves Wolves had a draw against Southampton at Molineux. Probably a bigger point for the Saints. I actually went with a 3-2 win on this one. Palace lost at home. They were stubborn enough against Manchester City 2-0. Actually went big on this one, 4-1 in the end. United, they managed to surprise Liverpool in the end. A bit of VAR controversy in that one. Double-ended VAR controversy on that one. 1-1 final score. Actually went with a 3-1 win on that for Liverpool. So I got that one wrong. And Sheffield United, once again, surprise package. Are they the real deal? Are they going to compete with the big boys this year? Not the big boys, but are they going to stick around for the long term? 1-0 win over Arsenal. I went big on this one. I went with a 4-0 stonking for Arsenal, and I got that one wrong. So I just squeak into the straight-faced club, which is this guy right here. Now, how about you guys? How did you guys get on last week? And be sure to get your predictions in nice and early. But this is how you guys got on. There's quite a few, so bear with me. No Code Drinker, I think he's in the house. Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. Nightmare Seeker. It's gonna be randomised. It's gonna be all over the shop. Nightmare Seeker did pretty shit for himself. No Code Drinker did all right for himself. Karim Sambanga did all right, but again, I always stress this. There is an edit up there. It does say edit, so we'll take that with a pinch of salt. But for the time being, I'll give you a round of applause. If I find out otherwise that you kind of fiddled your fingers, then we'll know. Meanwhile, RG Bags did all right for himself as well. Brenda Show, I think he might have in me as well. He's in the straight face gang with me. Poppy Legit did pretty shit. Omaji Monday, not too shabby. John Kedwood, pretty shit. Blumbo Tough did all right for himself. Pistol did all right. He also has an edit, so beware. Vincent Hung did all right for himself as well. LG and Cow, big friend of the channel, he did all right for himself. Adam Steltic, not too shabby. Billy Spencer, shit show for him. And Tharo, not too bad indeed. Moving forward, I've got loads here. Agarandi Marzo did all right with an edit. Surly David, not too shabby. Joe Turner, not too shabby. Russell Frost, also pretty good in the Straight Face Gang. Jam Mahmood, also pretty good. Kelsey Shambungu, the best name in the place, did all right for himself. Play It, this also did pretty good. Luciano Malatetti also did pretty good. Kim Sanderson also not too bad indeed. Rex Moses also in the Straight Face Club, just like me. Leo Gare, also pretty good. And Chilar, also not too shabby. Adi Opetra, also in the Straight Face Club. Ben Crittenden, also in the Straight Face Club. Adam Coughlin in the Straight Face Club. We're not done. We're not done. There's still more. We Are QPR. We'll get to you in a minute. Tammy Tams, Shit Face Gang, no good there. We Are QPR, also Straight Face Club. Chicken Gamers 2006, also pretty good. Blessing Stravenga, not too shabby. Gravity Sudi, not too shabby. Osko Popovic, not too shabby. Amory, not too shabby. And we're going to wrap it up right here with the essay. That is James Rigby. Spends a lot of time on these, so you've got to give him a bit of credit, but bit of a shit show. So, no good right there. What have you got in the chat last time? Yep. Yes, I have edited my comments a few times, but that's because I forgot to fix or misspelled something. Okay. Well, that's good to know, No Code Drinker. I just want to stress that for other folks out there. Because some clever bugger might go back in and then they're going to have 10 out of 10, and I have to give them a round of applause and then maybe even $1 for getting them all right. But anyway, this is what the table currently looks like out in the Championship at the moment. Liverpool lead the way with 25 points on the board. Manchester City are second, 19 points on the board. Leicester third, and Chelsea occupy the fourth Champions League spot at the moment. Down the bottom is Watford, Norwich, and Newcastle United, who are going down if the season was to end today. So let's take a look now at the next round of matches. This is match day number 10 coming at you. I'm going to kick it all off on Friday with Southampton against Leicester. Let me take a quick swig of the old thing. Get your predictions in nice and early for this bad boy. So, Saints against Leicester. Now, these two sides are not in European competition. I guess that's why they've been pushed forward to Friday. And this game takes place 25th of October. They've duked it out over the years, the past six meetings. Go all the way up to 2017. 3 victories for Leicester, 2 for Southampton, and 1 draw along the way. The last victory for Southampton's all the way back, though. Where are we? Where is the last victory for them? Oh, they did win. They did beat them last time out in Leicester in the Premier League. But the last time they picked up the victory at their own place was a 3-0 victory back in 2017. On the score sheet that day was James Ward-Prowse, Jay Rodriguez, and Dusan Tadic. The bookmakers, what do they think about this sucker? Well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready on the old bookies. But what you guys got? Make sure you have them in the old thingamajiggity below. Just give me a second while I fire this sucker up. Come on, Premier League, where are you? So Southampton actually come into this. They are actually in 17th spot at the moment, without a win in 4 games. Meanwhile, Leicester sit pretty in 3rd at the moment. The bookmakers see this 2-1 for Southampton, 30-10. The away win, 5-2 the draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? Jack the Beast has gone with a 2-0 win for Leicester. Liam Martin has also gone with Leicester. No Code Drinker with a 1-1 draw. What do I think about Blackburn? I'll tell you later. Brenda Show with a 6-1 win for Leicester. And I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for Leicester City to smash it and get home. And that could potentially push them up to second in the table above Manchester City. Whoa, my phone is going off the blink. My phone's... Do you know who this is? You know who's giving me a bit of a hard time? It's flipping Ben HD. Me and Ben HD are like this right now. We've got a bit of content collaboration going on, sorting that out for the next couple of days. So stand by, folks. Some really good stuff coming out here. Ben HD, a.k.a. the Championship Guru. Looking forward to that. Anyway, let's get back to business and take a look at Manchester City up against Villa. That's right, over at the Etihad. The last 6 games between these two sides. 5 victories for City, 1 draw, 0 for Aston Villa. Now, the last 6 games at the Etihad have gone in favour again of Manchester City. 5 wins for them. Just the 1 win for Villa back in 2012. That was in, I think it was the Mickey Mouse Cup. It was a 4-2 win. Balotelli on the score sheet for City, as was Kolarov. Gareth Barry was a big fat OG. Bonga Hall got himself a daily double. And Charles Nzogbia, if you remember him, back in 2012. The bookies obviously siding with City on this one. 12-1 on for Manchester City. 25-1 away win for Aston Villa. 10-1 the draw. Obviously City coming to this looking pretty good at the moment. Again, they can't go top, but they could actually close the gap to Liverpool to just, 3 points. Meanwhile, Villa coming into this in 12th spot, win for them. Could see them go up to 6th. That's how bonkers the middle of the table is at the moment. What have you guys got in the old Chatteroony? Liam Mar's gone with a 4-0 win for City. Jack DePiece has gone 5-1 City. No Good Drinker with a 3-1 win for City as well. Ross Gawley, welcome. 4-1 win for City. Brenda Show with a 4-1 win for City as well. And F. Finn is also already ahead of us by taking a look at the next game, which is Manchester United. All the way at the end. Yeah, exactly. You put them straight. Woo, put them straight. For me, I'm actually going to go with, obviously, City. City going to take this one quite convincingly, 4-0. Jobs are good in the bag. We go. Meanwhile, Brighton up against Everton. Brighton come into this in a bit of a shit show at the moment. They're in 16th spot at the moment, only 9 points on the board. Just the 1 win out of 6. Up against the Everton side, who are just above them in the table. 2 wins out of the past 6 games. However, if you look that a little bit, break that down a bit more, it's just the 1 win out of the past 5. So it's not great, but the recent record between these two sides goes like this. In fact, there's not many games. There's actually only been 4 games between the two sides in recent years. 1 win for Brighton, 2 wins for Everton, and 1 draw along the way. That win for Brighton was last time out this fixture last year, and when they had Matey Boy in charge. Who was in charge? Chris Hughton was in charge back in the day. But prior to that, was back-to-back wins for Everton, but that was over in Goodison Park. But if you want to look at those stats in a little bit more different angle, if you take a look at the Amex, the past 2 games, Everton have yet to pick up a result against those bad boys. Now, the bookies are going to go with 15-8 for Brighton, 6-4 the away win for Everton, 23-10 the draw. What have you guys got in the Chatteroony? Well, let's have a little look, shall we? Well, we've got a couple. Liam Martin's in there with a 2-0 win for Everton. No Good Drinker with a 1-0 win for Everton. Jack DeBeast 3-2 Everton. And Ross Gawley 2-1 for Everton. Could this be the point in the season where Everton kind of turn the screw a little bit and start to climb up the table? Because maybe they just had a rough old few games. And maybe now is where they're going to start to get some more favourable results. Let's have a look at actually their next few games. What they're running is like. I think obviously Liverpool's on the horizon. They've got Watford after this one as well. So it is, a chance for them to get some points on the board. Then it does get a little bit rough. Tottenham, Southampton, Norwich. So let's just see how they get on. They have played Manchester City. They played. In fact, they've not played that many people, so they still could be in a bit of trouble for Everton. But anyway, what else have we got? We got Liam Martin 2-0, No Good Drinker with a 1-0 win for Everton. Have I done these already? I think I've done them already. Brenda Show with a 3-1 win for Everton. Marco Silva to win again. He feels drunk. And Raf Kaspar with a 2-1 win to Everton. And he says, hello, welcome to the show. I'm actually going to go with a 1-0 win for Brighton on this one. That'll give them up to 12 points, potentially as high as 7th. If they get the goal difference right. And a win for Everton could be as high as 6th if they're lucky, but I doubt it. Moving forward, it is going to be Watford up against Bournemouth. Now, this is it. I think this is it for Watford. This is where they're going to get their season back on track themselves. The recent record between themselves and Bournemouth over the years in all venues, 4 draws, 1 win for Watford and 1 win for Bournemouth. And the last 6 games over at Vicarage Road doesn't read much different. 1 win for the home team, 1 win for Bournemouth, 4 draws along the way. So this fixture last year was a 4-0 win for Bournemouth. That's a 4-0 win away from home. On the score sheet that day, Josh King got 2, David Brooks got 1, Callum Wilson as well. And the last time that Watford did beat Bournemouth was a 2-0 win back in 2013. On the score sheet that day, Christian Batocchio, not too sure who he is, but Elliot Ward scored a big fat OG. He was playing for Bournemouth. He scored for Watford. And then that gave them the big fat victory. Now, what the table suggests, Watford, a win for them could get them off the bottom of the table and push Norwich down there if they were to lose against Manchester United. A win for Bournemouth, though, could see them jump up as high as 5th in the table. The bookmakers, if you want to have a little cheeky little bet on this bad boy, 6-5 in favour of Watford, 11-5 for Bournemouth. So Watford are favourites, 13-5 the draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? We'll have a little look at those bad boys. Liam Martin with a 2-0 win for Bournemouth. Ross Gawley's gone with Watford, 2-1 in the end. James Terrera, welcome to the show, 3-1 win for Bournemouth. And Jack DeBeast has gone with a 1-0 win for Watford on this puppy as well. Any more for the chat before I do my reveal? Well, I'm going to give it to you now anyway. It is going to be a 2-1 win for Watford. Get up and running and potentially get themselves up off the bottom of the table depending on what goes on. No Good Drinker late to the show with a 2-1 win for Watford as well. He's siding with me. Next up we have the Hammers up against this week's Party Poopers. Sheffield United. They put up a bit of a barnstormer against Arsenal just yesterday. These two sides have duked it out over the years. The last 6 games, going all the way back to 2005, show 4 wins for Sheffield United in all venues and all grounds. 1 win for Hammers, 1 win, 1 draw as well. Brenda Show's going with a 4-0 win for Bournemouth. Charles with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. The rugby fan, I think he's going with a 1-1 draw as well. So let's get back onto this one, folks. West Ham against Sheffield United. The recent record, when West Ham have been in the host, the last 5 games go back to 2003. 1 win for the Hammers, 2 win for Sheffield United, and 2 draws along the way. So Sheffield United seem to have the better of these bad boys in all venues. But I'm going to go all the way back to 2005 for their last victory. It was a 2-0 win. Thomas Repka with an OG and and a goal by Lee Bromby for them. But the last time that West Ham did beat Sheffield United was in the Premier League. It was in 2006. It was a 1-0 win. Hayden Mullins on the score sheet. The bookmakers on this one going 21-20 for West Ham, 13-5 for Sheffield United, 5-2 the draw. What we got in the old the table? West Ham currently sit in 11th spot without a win in 3. Whereas Sheffield United obviously 9th at the moment, just the 1 defeat out of 4. We got some picks in the house. I'm going to start with Ross Gawley with a 1-1 draw, I think. Jack DeBeast with a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. Noco Drinker with a 1-0 win for Sheffield United as well. Charles going with a 1-1 draw. The Rugby Fan 3-1 win for Hammers. James Torreira 2-0 win for Hammers. And Henry's already skipping ahead of us. He's playing with the Freakazoids. We'll get to them in just a second. For me, I'm actually going to go with 3-0 Hammers. I did actually make this pick prior to the Sheffield United game last night, but I'm still siding with it. I think West Ham will win. Major Meh with a 0-0 draw. Lehman with a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. That's right. And there we go, folks. Up to them Freakazoids. Burnley, them 6-fingered banjo players up against Chelsea. This game, obviously, the recent record between these sides, surprisingly, is not too bad for them Freakazoids. 1 win for them, 3 wins for Chelsea, 2 draws along the way. Now, the last 6 games over in Turdmore, or should I say the last 5 games, Chelsea have been the dominant side. 0 wins for Freaks, 1 win draw, and 4 wins for Chelsea in the end. And the last time that these two sides played in Turdmore, should I say, 4-0 win for Chelsea in the end. Morata, Barkley, Willian, Ruben Loftus-Cheek with the other goal as well. In fact, the last time Burnley picked up a point against them was back in 2017. The bookmakers, what do they think about this one? This is the last game on Saturday, the late kickoff. 10-3 for Burnley, 3-4 on for Chelsea, 3-1 the draw. The table suggests a win for Burnley could go as high as 5th, believe it or not. A win for Chelsea could go as high as 2nd if everything else goes their way. We've got some picks in the house. Henry Nayako Caligari going with a 2-2 draw. Major Meh? Nope. Liam Martin with a 3-1 win. Noco Drinker with a 3-2 win for Chelsea. The Rugby Fans with a 2-2 draw. Jack DeBeast with a 2-0 win. Brenda Show's a bit late to the party with a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. Ross Gowley with a 2-1 win for Chelsea as well. Any more Prodicarachunos in the house? Do we have any? Because I'm going to give you mine. Mine is, I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for Chelsea over the Freakazoids, get themselves 3 points, and potentially could go second in the table if they were to get the result. Moving forward into Sunday's matches now. Obviously, the game of the week really is Liverpool against Spurs. We'll get to that bad boy in a bit. Couple more. Major Mayor with a 2-1 win for the Freaks. Brenda Show with a 3-1 win for Chelsea as well. So the Toon up against Wolves over at St James's Park. Now, the recent record between these two sides. This is all competitions, including some Mickey Mouse Trophy out in Asia. 3 wins for Wolves, 2 for Newcastle, and 1 draw along the way. This time, was it last season? The Wolves actually won this game 2-1 was the final score. On the score sheet that day, Diego Jota and Matt Doherty for Wolves. Ayoze Perez scored for the Toon. The recent record, or going back the past 6 games over at St James's Park, again, includes some friendlies, includes a 3 wins for Wolves, 2 for the Toon, and 1 draw along the way. The table suggests Newcastle are in a bit of trouble right at the moment. They are in the relegation zone, but a win for them could see them jump as high as 12th, and a win for Wolves could see them jump as high as 6th. As they get their season back on track. Wolves actually unbeaten in 4. Newcastle, 1 win out of the past 6. Did I give you the bookies? Well, I'll give you the bookies again anyway. 90-10 for Newcastle, 8-5 the away win, 21-10 is the draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? We have a few pickaroonies. Ross Golly with a 1-0 win for Wolves. Noka Jigger with a 0-0 draw. Rugby Fans going with a 2-1-0 win. Brenda Show with a 4-1 win for Wolves. Jack the Beast with a 2-1 win. Christian is here with his own predictions. He's got his own channel out there. I did take a look at it, I think. I think it's you anyway. I did check it out the other day. If it's you, it might be Tristan. Tristan or Christian, one of those two have got a channel, and it's pretty decent. 2-1 win for Newcastle. Binjay Dangle is going with a 1-1 draw. Cannot separate the two sides. in the end. For me, going to side with a 2-0 win for the Toon. That's right. Get them up and running, get them out of the old drop zone, and potentially go up the table. Next up, we have a bit of an all-London affair and a bounce-back ability time for the Gooners. The Gooners, they must win this game, obviously. Then things will start to get a little bit ropey for the coach, I think, if he loses this one. It's at the Emirates. So they must win. Charles in there with a 3-1 win, I guess, for the Toon as well. Neko Gonguru's coming with a late one for the Chelsea one. 2-0 win for Chelsea. Good. If you had sided with the other team, I would not have read it out. So Arsenal against Crystal Palace. The recent record between these two sides is pretty even, considering the gulf between the two sizes of the club. Three wins for Arsenal, 2 for Chelsea, and 1 draw along the way. This match last season ended up 3-2 win in favour of Crystal Palace. On the score sheet that day, Benteke, Zaha, and MacArthur, Ozil, and Aubameyang for the hosts. The last 6 games, though, over the Emirates has been 4 victories for Arsenal, just the 1 for Chelsea, Crystal Palace, and 1 draw along the way. And again, that victory was last time out. The bookmakers are going with Arsenal, I believe, 9-4 on, 6-1 the away win, 15-4 the draw. If you were a betting man, I think this one is where your money's at. I think they need to bounce back. I think Arsenal will need to bounce back, but I think they're up for the grabs. I think the result against Sheffield United is going to play into the hands of Crystal Palace on this one. You didn't say my score prediction, mate. I went 2-0 win for Wolves. He did. So Liam Martin with a 2-0 win for Wolves. I apologise if I missed that bad boy in the end. So what we got for, in fact, let's do the table. Let's have a look at the table. So a win for Crystal Palace, they could go as high as 3rd in the table, and a win for Arsenal could see them also jump to 3rd. So 2 teams around about the same points, just like in fact 1 point separates the 2 sides. Arsenal do have a slightly better, or do they? Let's actually have a look at the form table here between these two. So who is the more informed team? Now we're going to take a look right here. Overall, the overall form team, Crystal Palace are slightly better. They've actually picked up 10 points out of a possible 18 at the past 6. Arsenal picking up just 9 points at the possible 18 on the table. So Palace slightly better favourites form-wise, but Arsenal obviously the better team structurally. Quick look at what you guys got for me. I think Bajangi Dangle's going with a 3-0 win for Arsenal, I think. Liam Martin with a 2-1 win for Palace. Jack DeBeast with a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Charles going with a 2-0 win for Arsenal as well. Bajangi Dang's gone for the Goons. Yep. Rugby fan HQ's 2-1 Arsenal. Charles going with a 2-0 win for Palace. Christian's going with a 2-2 draw. Liam Martin, yeah, we said you. Noko Drinker, 2-2 draw. Hamadi Makawana going with a 3-0 win for Arsenal. And Brenda Show with a 3-1 win for game of the weekend is Liverpool against Spurs. Obviously, Spurs have a bit of a rough patch at the moment. They're not doing as well as they expected. They come to sit 7th at the table. 2 defeats at the past 4, whereas Liverpool did drop points last time out against Manchester United at Old Trafford. The first points dropped this season. Can they get back to winning ways at Anfield? I expect so. The recent record between these two sides is 4 victories for Liverpool, 1 win for Spurs, and 1 draw along the way. That victory for Spurs was over at White Hart Lane, I believe. 4-1 win back in 2017 on the score sheet that day. Song Heung-min, Kane, Dele Alli. Kane actually got 2. Mohamed Salah with the 1. The recent record over the last 6 games at Anfield is 4 victories for Liverpool, 0 for Spurs, and 2 draws along the way. They did draw a couple of years back, a 2-2 final score, so that's probably the best they can hope for at the moment. But last time out, they did duke it out to a 2-1 win. I think I remember that game. It was a late goal. Yeah, Toby Alderweireld, OG, gave Liverpool the points. But it wasn't good enough for them to take home the points. A win for Spurs. Good to see them go as high as 5th. No real progress, but they need to get back to winning ways and fast. So what have we got? Sia Hendrick is playing just one ahead of us. Bajangi Dangle with a 4-1 win for Liverpool. Charles going with a 2-2 draw. The Rugby fan with a 3-0 win for Liverpool. Liam Martin 2-1 win for Spurs. Christian's going with a 2-1 win for Spurs as well. Jack DeBeast 2-0 win for Liverpool. Noko Drinker with a 4-1 win for Spurs. If it wasn't Anfield, I reckon Spurs would win. That's the Rugby fan. I'll allow it, Brendo. He says Liverpool fans can go screw one off. 5-0 win to Tottenham, who are going to win easy. He must be a City fan or basically a Spurs fan. I don't know. Are we still live? Are we still live? Are you guys still seeing me? Are we? Are we still live? I'm not sure. Can you give me the thumbs up? I think we're still live. It's on my machine here. It doesn't say that I'm live, so we're gonna Okay, we'll plow on. We'll plow on. Okay, because my machine says no. Okay, it's back. It's back. It's back. Brenda shows Everton fan. There it is. It's all coming through. Whew, a little bit of a panic stations there. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 3-1 win for the Gooners, which would extend their lead at the top of the table, potentially, depending on what goes on with Manchester City. Shaw Hendrick comes in with a late one there, 3-0 as well. He joins in with a big goal-scoring bonanza for Liverpool. Thank you, James. Thank you for confirming that. Anoma Ernest with a 3-1 win for Spurs as well. Yep. Good. I don't know what went on there. Bit of technical snafus. My internet plays up a little bit. And I'm going to wrap it up here, folks, with the game Norwich City against Manchester United over at Carrow Road. Now, Norwich have hit a bit of a blip and they are on free fall down towards the bottom of the table at the moment. Now, the recent record between the two sides over in all competitions and all venues, 5 wins for United, just a 1 win for Norwich. And that win for Norwich was 2015 in the Premier League. It was at Old Trafford as well as a 2-1 win. Cameron Jerome with the score sheet. Alexander Titi as well. Anthony Martial with the only one for United. Now, the last 6 games over at Carrow Road, in fact, last 5 games in Carrow Road, going all the way back to 2005. 3 wins for United, 2 wins for Norwich. In fact, you've got to go all the way back to 2012, the last time Norwich did pick up a victory at Carrow Road. And that was a 1-0 win, again, in the Premier League. And on the score sheet that day, I won't say ex-Rover, but a Blackburn Rovers supporter, Anthony Pilkington, scored the only goal against United. That was a bit of a memorable occasion for them. So a win. In fact, let's do the bookies first. The bookies are going to go 16-5 for Norwich, 178 on for United, 3-1 the draw. A win for Norwich. They will go up to 14th. And a win for United, they could go as high as 7th. However, there is a potential. There is the possibility, if results go their way, that United could be second from bottom in the league after 10 games. After, what is that? A quarter of the season? Gone? More than a quarter of the season gone? If that was to go through, that would be an absolute story. And I'm sure Solskjaer will be very close to being binned off. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for United. I think they'll nick it. It won't be pretty. It'll be ugly, just like Anoma Ernest with a 2-1. In fact, I didn't give yours out. Liam with a 2-0 win for United. Charles going with a 2-1 win for United as well. Noko Drinker, same scoreline for him. Christian's going with a 4-2 win for United. Bajangi Dangle with a 2-1 win for Norwich. Jack the Beast 5-0 win for United. Rugby fans going with a 1-0 win for Norwich. Anoma Ernest with a 2-1 win for United. Hamandi Makawaya going with a 3-1 win for Norwich to surprise us all. They stepped it up against Manchester City. Can they step it up against United and take home the big W? And now, let's just say, between you and me, that my predictions were to come true. This is what the table would look like come the end of matchday number 10. Liverpool would still be top, 6 points clear of City, but they do have a lot of good, interesting games coming up, including Manchester City themselves. I think Everton's not too far away. City would be second, Leicester third, Chelsea would be fourth. Down the bottom would be Watford, Norwich, and Southampton going down. United would be back into positive looking colours, up to 8th if they were to pick up the victory. Yeah, so that's that. What else? Have I got anything else for you? Yeah, just a quick update about the live streams of the next few days. Obviously, it's a double match week this week with the Championship returning. I've got another show on Thursday. And I'm going to be live on Saturday for what is going to be an absolute belter of a game on Twitch. It is Preston North End against Blackburn Rovers. It's going to be on Twitch, a live watch along. We've not got the best record against Preston North End of recent years, so yeah, this could be a bit of a stinker. And I did mention it earlier, a bit of an exclusive for you here, folks. I'm in conversations with Ben HD, aka the Championship Guru, potentially about doing a collaboration this week, building up to this game. I'm gonna hopefully have him on Skype, so that video hopefully will be on Thursday if it all works out. So make sure you stick around for that. And the Premier League, let's go back to this again. The Premier League show will return back on Monday, same time, probably maybe a bit later. We'll see when we come from Matchday number 11. If you've got any questions for me, now is the time to throw them at me while we've got a couple minutes. Brenda Show comes in there with one question. Do you think this is how the table will look at the end of the season? Let me back up. Can I back up? Back up. Let's have a look at that table. Do I think this is what the table will look like? No, I do not. Well, obviously not. I think there is a huge chance Norwich will go down. It does look like Watford are going to go down. I think Brighton will get sucked back into that. I think the Southampton are too good. Towards the top, I think Liverpool are good right at the minute. Manchester City are probably going to end up second. Leicester could be the dark horse for Champions League football, but we'll see how they are in January. I think Chelsea and Arsenal will probably get into the mix as they always do. The middle of the table looks pretty solid, except for Burnley. I'd like to see them drop like a stone. If you have got any more questions, I'm going to get out of here. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's actually quite a lot of football going on this week. Obviously, Champions League today, Europa League on Thursday. Rovers are in action tonight against Birmingham. And then, of course, the Premier League and the domestic leagues come back on Friday. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Do Wolves go down? No, Wolves are going to stick around, I think, for another year. I think you'll be playing. Against them next season, Charles. I think West Brom and Wolves will be one of the games to look out for next year. Billy Spencer, I do believe they could possibly. I wouldn't put my money on it, but I would like to think they have a chance. I think they're playing good football at the moment. And if they can keep up the pace and keep their heads above water, I think they could do it. I think they're more equipped to stick around in there than United are, than Tottenham are at the moment, even Arsenal to a point. I think they're in good shape, and I wouldn't be too surprised if they make it. Well, Brendo, hopefully everything goes well for you. The Leicester Everton away games, the match. And hopefully it goes in your favour for Everton, and maybe they can get up the table, because I'd like to see Everton back into the old European consideration once again. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you give this video some love. I'll see you all very, very soon. And if you are new, make sure you smash that subscribe button and keep me bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related, World Football related. I'm going to get out of here, rolling the outro. Hopefully I'm going to get this one right. Get your predictions in down below. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.